Hi Libra, happy June. I hope you are doing well. Okay, I got a few things here and then we'll go through the cards. Some of you, I think there might be some kind of illegal marriage here. Somehow this, check out Virgo's reading too. They had something going on over there and you've got two of the same cards in your reading that they have in theirs. So I would say check that out. I couldn't tell what level that was on, but this may be the other half of the story. Okay, for some of you, again, there might be illegal marriages in here. So check your documents, I guess, on those parts there, or however that fits in. That was a message in here. And for others of you, you might be adopting a child. For others of you, I feel in here that someone may have some issues that they need to face. Now, that may come in the form of rehabilitation. It may need to be someone goes off to rehab or something like that, or something comes out, and you may help someone with that, or they may not be open to something like that. But let's go through the cards here, because I think that someone is either accident prone, or they don't pay attention and or they're a thrill seeker or something like that. But there's a potential here for someone to not be paying attention. And I think it might not be too good. Maybe this is someone who drinks and drives, or it could, something like that, maybe even too. Okay. For some of you, I think that you are independent, yes, but I think that you also, there's a difference between being independent and not being open to other people's, hearing other people out. I think someone may be really headstrong in here. So it's either you or someone that you're dealing with here. But I think that they're just not there yet. Let's just put it that way. I think though that it repeats itself through cycles. You know what I mean? Like, I think that it causes upset repeatedly. Like, they're not getting the lesson in this. For some of you too, I think that you've got good careers, or you're high ranking in something that you do. But again, there's a pattern here where you may either it could be something too where where you date people that you work with and it's cost you repeatedly, but you still continue to do it, or you're somehow I just feel like there's some kind of dynamic here where lines get skewed. Okay, and I think that it's just a repeated pattern. Okay. Let's see here. We come in with the World card as the energy. Okay, I think that is kind of serving as, for every action, there's a reaction, be it positive or negative, right? But you can break the chain here. I think that you've got someone in your sphere that's just repeatedly being their own test crash dummy. Like, they're repeatedly repeating something here and not getting it. And not only are they not getting it, they're not open to other people pointing things out either. So I think that there might be a problem here with that. Again, in Virgo's reading, someone from the past comes back, or it's a pattern then from the past, or maybe it's a past addiction that is come front and center again, or something like that. But you've got the World card here. Okay, that's a card though where you really want to pay attention to the choices that you're making, because whatever this is pretty substantial in here, because whatever it is not at a point anymore where it can be pushed aside. There's consequence here now, like really stronger consequence here for things that should have been taken more seriously, and they really weren't. Because that shows up in your 10 of Cups too, which is your advice card. But you've got the Death card here. You've got the 5 of Cups, the 6 of Wands, which showed up in Virgo's reading. Your advice is the 10 of Cups. What works against you is the Strength card. And what works for you is the Knight of Coins, and your outbound card is the King of Wands. Okay, I think you've got some kind of intervention here. Like it was a scenario 2 in Virgo, and I couldn't put it all together. This may be a situation where you've got to get some legalities together to maybe commit someone to some kind of psychiatric something where you may need to get power of attorney over someone. Or something to that degree. For others of you in here, I think that you give away too much of your power. Like, you don't get to know someone. Again, this has to do with like repeated patterns. You may not get to know someone well enough before you don't make people earn your respect or place in your life. You just hand it all away, and you know, if they screw up, then they don't deserve your respect or your time or whatever. It's you've got to flip that coin, because I think you're repeatedly being taken for rides here, and I think somehow it might be the downfall of you in a career at some point, or your status at work or something like that. Again, with the Death card, it's change, okay? But again, it's, how do I say? You can decide if it's a positive change or a negative change. And by that, I mean, if you hang on to something that you need to let go of because you're not wanting to listen to someone, that probably won't have a really great, it's more of a, how do I say this? When we resist change, right, it hurts a lot worse than if we just make the changes that we know we need to make. The severity isn't as bad. It's not pleasant experience, no, but the severity isn't as bad. And I think that that's what this is about. I think it's more about not heeding warnings and thinking things through practically, making conscious choices or listening to advice. And I think, unfortunately, someone is not, it's just not working well for them. The 6 of Wands and the 5 of Cups there, forgiveness. I think that someone really needs to make a sincere apology to resolve a problem. And again, I think that in Virgo, and I'm putting the two together because someone from the past comes back, and I just don't think that their story is, I didn't think that the story was exactly what it appeared to be. And I don't feel that there is in here either. I feel that there's just things for whatever reason, and it might not be that someone's intentionally not pointing something out. It's just, there's some hard lessons in here, and I think that it's through making not such wise choices. Now what works, your advice card with that 10 of Cups is happiness. You know, that comes from things that not a lot of people value. You know what I mean? Like, people may very easily overlook the simple things, but that are freeing. The 10 of Cups is a card about being content, being happy, not having drama all the time. Some people are so addicted to drama that they don't realize that the sweet spot is in just having a normal life, right? It's not the extravagances, but it's normal. It's simple. It's easy. It's non-drama. You know what I mean? That's your advice in here, is to, you're kind of, or someone in here is creating their own drama, a lot of their own drama, and they're spinning the wheels. They're not even getting out of the driveway. You know what I mean? But the advantage here, the advice is to start choosing wiser, start choosing better, start making people see what they have to offer before you offer them all of something. You know what I mean? You may need a counselor, a consultant. Again, that Knight of Coins comes in here, and that's, you know, you may need to make some kind of decision in here. That may be a consultant. Now, the King of Wands, that can be someone who would be, you know, a counselor, or he could be someone in whatever professional field you are in need of right now. That person could be that. Or it could be that person not wanting to, that person can be a bit of high maintenance. That it's not even a person. It could be just an archetype of someone who is just extremely high maintenance, but it's through drama. It's like they don't know how to live a life without drama. And what works against you in that Strength card is it's in that spot of, you know, sometimes you need to really just look something right in the face and just acknowledge your weaknesses, because that makes you strong. You know what I mean? But when you're not willing to even admit mistakes or shortcomings or places that you need to learn or things that you need to overcome, you don't really get out of the gate. And I can't tell if this is a family drama or if this is just decisions that they're holding you back in life is what they are. I can really feel that in here. But I think, again, there's forgiveness in here. You know what? Nobody's perfect. But when you can say, you know what? I have a lot of junk in the trunk, and I'm going to try to weed through it. And I realize that I haven't been the best person. And I wish you could just forgive me. I apologize and let it go. And it's really not on you at that point how someone else responds. But what you're doing is you're clearing the energy there so that you can start making better decisions in your life. Because it sounds to me like it's someone who's, you know, their life has potential to be amazing, but through things or holdups or shortcomings or self-loathing, you're selling yourself short. You're selling yourself a life that's not getting out of the gate. Now, when you come in with an advice card of the 10 of Cups, and you've got the World card as your energy in here, and the only thing not working for you in here is the Strength card, that's just maturity, my dear. That's just maturity, and it's growing up, and it's accepting, you know, the things that kind of suck sometimes in life, but you know you need to do them. And that's what I feel this is about. Somehow this is tied to some kind of situation you've gotten yourself into. But I think it's just acknowledge that. I would break this down into practical, bite-sized pieces to get yourself out of this. Or if you're having to deal with, you know, someone that you're legally overseeing and that you know needs help, again, I would explore the same process, but it might be a little bit, the legalities may be a little bit different in here. But I have some sadness around this reading. I've got to be honest with you, because I feel like it's like people who feel like they've been discarded and aren't worthy of anything, and other people who have financial gain. They've got their financial prestige in life, but they're empty on the inside. So there's a way to pull this reading together, guys. It's a strong reading. It's just accept your shortcomings and just be happy. Be happy with your life. Be happy with small things. You know what I mean? Small things that other people don't value. Morals seem to have gone out the window. You know what I mean? It's like people don't you know, and it's a general statement that I'm making, but the little simple things get overlooked. You know what I mean? It's I've got to look this way for this person and act this way for this person, and just be yourself. Just be yourself, shortcomings and all. It's part of the beauty of this ride. You know what I mean? We're not here to be clones or Stepford people. Just be yourself, accept your shortcomings, you know, be honest about the things that you need to fix, and so be it. I will tell you this, from just on a personal side note from doing this, people will talk to someone that they can relate to. The last thing, and I tell you this because when I was 20 years old, I started this counseling unmarried teenage girls that were pregnant. And they would say to me, why would I want to talk to one more person about where I'm at? Nobody wants to help me. All that they want to do is throw in my face the things that I've done. It's a statement that has stuck with me every day of my life. And it's true. If someone is looking to you for help, or if you're in need to help someone else, do it. Don't throw it in their face. You know what I mean? Because it takes a lot of courage for someone who's in a really shitty spot to reach out for some help. So there you go. That's what I've got. I have no clue why I went off on that tangent, but maybe somebody needed to hear it. But it's very true. So there you go. Okay, I hope that I helped you in some way. Have a wonderful month.